Developing tonight, we are following two deadly shootings out of Texas and South Carolina right now. The violence unfolding on the very same day the president announces executive actions to combat what he calls an epidemic of gun violence in America on the heels of two other mass shootings in this country. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rob Nelson.
And I'm Rudy Shabazi in for Marnie Hughes. More on those shootings in just a few minutes. But first, President Biden announcing steps he says will curb mass shootings, including a Justice Department crackdown on ghost guns. It's the latest in a push for gun legislation from the White House, which is running into some roadblocks in Congress. News Nation correspondent Allison Harris is live in Washington, D.C. tonight with the latest. Allison.
Rudy, the White House says the president is doing what he can do with legislation stalled in Congress, even though he promised faster action as a candidate. President Biden, speaking from the Rose Garden Thursday, called gun violence an epidemic in this country and an international embarrassment, citing 100 people killed by guns in the U.S. every day.
My job, the job of any president, is to protect the American people. Whether Congress acts or not, I'm going to use all the resources at my disposal as president to keep the American people safe from gun violence.
Biden is telling the Justice Department to tighten regulations on pistol braces and so-called ghost guns. The braces turn pistols into short-barreled rifles, like the gun allegedly used by the Boulder grocery store shooter last month, killing 10 people. Ghost guns are sold online without serial numbers to identify them.
Currently, individuals can buy kits that contain all or almost all of the parts they need to assemble a gun. They can put a working weapon together in as little as 30 minutes.
The president is also asking more states to adopt red flag laws that would stop those suffering from a mental health crisis from buying a firearm. And the administration is investing in community violence intervention programs, as homicide has become the leading cause of death among young black men. 14-year-old Davion Bart was shot and killed on an Ohio street in broad daylight earlier this year.
First of all, put these guns down. Stop the violence. You know what I'm saying? Put these guns down.
No matter how long it takes, we're going to get these passed.
There's more Biden wants done on guns, but it will take Congress to go along. Expanded background checks at gun shows, a renewed ban on assault weapons, and a move to make gun manufacturers liable. Something the president promised as a candidate to do on day one of his presidency.
What's the holdup here?
There's no holdup. It just legislation needs to be reintroduced.
Even as the president spoke, the National Rifle Association pledged to fight. In a tweet saying, "Let's be clear as we're watching this Biden circus. These actions could require Americans to surrender lawful property, push states to expand confiscation orders, and put a gun control lobbyist to head ATF." Biden is dismantling the Second Amendment. That gun control advocate who will head the ATF is David Chipman. He currently serves as a senior policy advisor for the gun control advocacy group, Giffords. In Washington, Allison Harris, News Nation.